very serious condition, like almost will pass away, that kind, He was in ICU, and then the bill is like almost 10,000 ringgit.
That is actually cheap,
Yeah, the employer paid for the employee.
Yeah, but I mean, in the sense that it's actually quite cheap. In a sense, normally other places, if you are looking at that ICU stage, is like can go up to, I think I saw one of the hospital, better not mention since we are on Facebook. They actually have a sign in front of their hospital door. So COVID, and then they tell you what deposit. So it's like if you have normal COVID, you enter 70,000 deposit. If it's stage whatever, then you'll be 100,000 deposit. And I always ask people, hey, which one is more scary? It's basically the bill. Normal people like you and me, where to go and find 100,000, go and put in. There, like you go government office, government hospital, say, hey, we got no bid for you. And then you go to private say, I got bid. You got money or not? I got one more case, even worse. The one got money, no bid in Johor. So basically the people were there and then ultimately were sent to a government hospital because private hospitals are full. And then it was sleeping on the floor or something, but I'm not sure what happens after that. I mean, if you ask me, it's 50-50 lah, no joke lah in that sense. Yeah, then now they are blaming different vaccines as well, because they keep on pinpointing that the ones that has fertility, it's actually one of the vaccines, one particular vaccines. But ultimately, these are just news. I mean, to me, stay home, stay safe. But then, how to draw the economy? Like you do insurance, right? How? I don't know. For me, right? Most of the time, I go and see people. Hey, don't have money lah. They're not lah. I know we must buy, but then ultimately now job also not sure can secure or not. Or most of my friends even was no job. So the way you do, sit down, wait for time to pass. I say can do something first, but do what? So everyone, you see you notice a lot of home cooking coming along.
Yeah.
Let me see, got anyone? Yeah. So a lot of home cooking, MLM coming up. What else? That's about it. I mean, basically.
Education also. You can see a lot of people has been like doing all those marketing courses and all sorts, teaching them how to handle their online business. But whether it's efficient or not, then we don't know. But the cost is really quite pricey.
I don't know. To me, it's, I suppose, I don't know. Even insurance can be a good job at this particular point in time.
Yeah.
But it's a good time when there's a demand, but then after that, there is oversupply. Because most of the people become like you and me, join the insurance industry. But the thing is, I think it depends on what you are looking for. Like some of the people who actually thought they were supposed to come, they were asking about retirement. They were asking about what to do.
Investment as well.
Yeah, but I think a lot of time people are not looking at investment right now. They are looking more like things like, from the little that I have, how can I save right now so then I can have more in the future? So it's like, I always tell them, yeah, if you want to look at insurance as a tool, then it may not drive your returns like stock market. Although our plans and all that are very linked to stock markets as well, but the thing is that it cannot be a tool because it's meant for protection. So although it has got value, so it's for people like me, actually, especially when you talk about if I have the money in the bank account, I have itchy hands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right? Then my friends, kind of poison me with poison your thoughts. You can buy this 4x4 lah, can want to modify this, modify that. You want to buy the latest gadget or not? Or they'll tell me a phone, or you see, like even I got one mic here. Actually, I don't need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go and buy because I go and see some fella where we're having teh tarik session teh tarik already after that they show, oh, using mic, your voice sound very good So I like, okay. I also want to go and buy one. Then mana tahu come back, tak boleh pakai. Somehow, don't know, it didn't go very well. It come out, I need to put the mic in front all the time and then only talk. Then only can hear. Then I said, cannot lah, I want to use it for Zoom meeting. So Taka, I put a mic in front of the camera. And then Taka, I talk here, then after that I go here, right? So it's weird.
That's why it's important to plan your financial ahead, because like people like me, right? What I normally do is every time I got money in my bank account, and then I will start to look for something that I wanted to buy. And then when I saw that's offer, then it kinds of like, making me wanted to buy. And then after that, you once you press it already, right?
Yeah.
Habis. Then you start realize, when someone wanted to persuade you buy a better product that time, and then you will find that you are caught into financial difficulties. And then eventually if something happens, then
it's like that lah. It's like, no, because okay lah, everyone is an impulsive buyer. So it's, but the thing is, maybe this NLP helped me a little bit. Right? It says that people make the best decision that is available for them at that point in time. So if you use it as a guideline, then it becomes really much easier, because ultimately, if you look at it, right, it's when we think back, we always have regrets.
Yeah.
So if only I did this, if only I did that, yes, we always have that regret. But then that's life lah, because at that point in time, that's the best available choice that you have. So like for you, if you buy the thing already, then either stick with it or review it. So it's like even for policies as well, I mean, whatever that you have bought, buy already good. I always tell my friends, it's fine. You bought, people go, hey, I got insurance policy, you don't catch me. I said, okay, I'm not gonna catch you. I basically just review it for you. All right. Then after that, we said, okay. But sometimes it's good because you see, like we say, a lot of the products will change. Then they would have bought it about 10 years ago or something. And then along the way, what they've been covered is based on the older policies, and the amount may not be sufficient for their lifestyle today. For example, is 10 years ago, if you ask me 500,000 coverage, enough or not? More than enough already.
Yeah.
But now, because now I got kids and all that kind of stuff, then my house slightly bigger, as like just my waistline a bit bigger. You need maybe 1 million really, so it's okay. So it's either you can choose to top up, or you can basically relook into it. And like some policies that I used to have, I actually even surrender it, because what I realized is if I top up certain policies and then I remove the policy, I actually save money. Give you an example, no need to say talk about policy, because since we're under insurance, so better not talk about competitors. Let's talk about my phone bill. So basically last time I had my main line, then my subline, then I have an internet service provider with somebody else. So when I add up together, it's actually quite a lot. So what happened one day was I added an extra line that I needed. So I had a third line. Then after I integrate the fiber internet together, when I add together, right, it becomes lesser with one extra line. So that's what we are saying, is that sometimes when we do policy review for people, we're not just saying dispose it. If it's good, please keep it.
Yeah.
Especially like some of the cases where, when we're younger, we have a tendency not to buy insurance, right? Then after that, especially medical. But luckily for some of my friends, they like buy the insurance when they were young. Mana tahu 20 over years old kena big case. Now we try, cannot buy insurance anymore because of that incident. from now on, they cannot buy already. That's why I always tell people, young people, I said, buy the cheapest, never mind. Why? Because at least you buy, you secure yourself, people will owe you, so-called cover you until at least 80 years old or 100 years old. So then at least you know you got insurance. A lot of people that I know are facing the problem right now, want to buy, cannot buy. So young time, got health, but no wealth. Old time, got wealth, but no health. Then like can get afford to buy, don't buy. So people are given, if you actually follow my YouTube channel, right, then you will realize, hey, every other day I will actually post in a 10-minute discussion kind of stuff. One of it I asked, it was a topic where I was sharing, is insurance an investment or a cost? Now, so when you say insurance is an investment or a cost, it depends on how you see it as a perspective. I said insurance is a method where you can use to grow your money. I mean, although this may not be legally correct in that sense, but to me, that's my perspective. So that's why I do. Why? Because if I contribute 200 ringgit a month just to buy a medical card, right? Then, but this 200 ringgit can cover me up to 2.5 million. And it's unlimited medical coverage for my lifetime. So from 200 ringgit, or even if you multiply it by 1 year, 2,400 ringgit, it covers me for 2.5 million. So it's 0.0 how many percent only, 1% only, right? So it's, to me, it's a method where I secure. Then he said, oh, people counter me. He said, but you know, I'm 20 years only. By the time I reach 60 years old, your insurance company at least taken me 40 years of my 2004. So I count for them, no? 2004 times by 40 years. Wow, 96,000 ringgit. So yeah, damn a lot of money. Hey, insurance for on you already. They say, yeah. Yeah, I ask him, very simple. Now you get one cancer case, how much? Don't know. Let me tell you. No? You get one heart attack case, how much? Don't know. Let me tell you, at least 50, 60,000 for a heart attack one time. Yeah. Then if you go bypass them, whatever it is, there's another thing, right? So like you yourself will know because your family has got that history. People who have got cancer like 200-300, every time you go for chemo, it's another few thousand ringgit. Kidney dialysis. So basically I said it grows your money. I mean, I'm not saying that everyone will go through it, but I'd rather be protected. No? Got one more fella, 10 for me. He said, for 40 years, instead of paying them, never mind. If I kena already, I look at it, yes, what do you mean by kena already? I use my credit card, I exhaust all my credit cards. Then after that, cannot survive, I die already. No? After sue me, I said, yeah, but then if you got house, you got car, you got family, then how?
Yeah, they got to bear the debt.
So they still have to bear the debt. Then say, yes, sir. You know, so I went back. I also got scared for a while. You know, it's like better go and check the legality. You and I know like we all law background, right? So we go and check the legality. You know, then after go and see what's happening. You know, and really, it actually, although they are unsecured business, but unsecured business also can go into your estate.
Yeah,
so that's what it is. Let's see if anyone comment on this or not. Today, I think people tak nak layan us lah.
First session, it's okay.
No lah, it's okay lah. I have no choice so only lah. Well, where's my life? Hey. Normally got people also, got people like lah. Okay lah. I think some people say, oh, you're live on Facebook. Oh, we're scared already. Well, at least not Tarik. You cannot go out and Tarik, then you still Tarik here lah.
Yeah. Next time we can organize one session like truly on Mamak background. and then we can just live there.
Can, but when we have, but cannot, I have to wear mask, I cannot hear. Then after that, I say I bring my own coffee. I don't take the Tarik.
Why?
Too much sugar. The other thing is, people always say insurance agent curse people. What do you mean by insurance agent curse people? They always say, what insurance agent? Always kind of tell us, you know, in 1 in 2 Malaysians, by the time 50 years old, sure got high blood pressure, diabetes, what else? High blood pressure, heart attack, diabetes, and all that. Actually, I tell them, it's not true. And that one is all marketing talk only. What I'm telling you, health perspective, that's true though. Then people, what it is? I say, look at the teh tarik you're drinking. You know how much sugar? It's like, I generally don't like sugar. I don't take sugar. I don't take cakes. I don't take dessert. People say you're missing out a lot in life. I say, yeah. But the thing is, I still eat char kway teow. I eat things like all this kind of unhealthy stuff. See, you need to make do with it. One particular doctor, right, was telling me, in every single plate of a char kway teow, has half a teaspoon of saturated fat. Now, you're gonna ask me, half a teaspoon only, ma. So let's say I did the maths. So how old are you? You're quite young, so 24.
Yeah.
24 years old. So let's say if you take half a teaspoon of, let's say 1 teaspoon, 1 teaspoon. I divide it by half for you later on. So you take 1 teaspoon of saturated fat times by 3 meals a day, times by 365 days a year, times by 24, right? I give you half for you, divided by 2. Technically, the saturated fat, which is really tough for you to burn, you would have at least 13,000 teaspoons of saturated fat in your body right now. Saturated fat is the pejal one. So people are saying, hey, what can I do? Then I said, okay, very simple. You need to make sure that you have enough fiber. That's what he was telling me. So you have to eat 4 portions of vegetable to 1 portion of meat. Okay, and very, very low carbs, high fiber carbs. But if you look at our Malaysian diet, right, you go eat chap fan, the mixed rice, or you go to our warung or whatever, you see the rice is so much.
Yeah.
And do you know 1 bowl of white rice is equivalent to 1.5 bowls of sugar?
Yeah.
So that you are eating already. Then if you go banana leaf, even better. Rice so much, all the sodium that goes on it, and all the lemak, and we do not know what quality oil they use. So then after that, they plus, you see 1, 2, 3 different, so 1 chicken, 1 fish, 1 udang, 1 kambing, and 1 veggie. Now, just now he was saying 1 portion of meat to 4 portions of vegetable to maintain healthy. But we reverse. And then we eat at night. Those days after party, right? At night, wow, minum already, a bit blur already. Go eat what? Banana leaf, kambing. Wow, shock. But at night you cannot digest. Now, where does all the fat go? It stays in our body. And do we even work out? So that's why people said, if there's so much saturated fat, and then when it goes into your system and it clogs up your usus, your intestines, then your toxins cannot be cleared. When your toxins cannot be cleared, it goes in, the toxins go back into your blood, and then it goes to your lymph node. Now you want to know if the person's healthy or not, look at their forehead. If their forehead is clear, chances are they are eating enough fiber. If their forehead is very clogged up, that means that their system needs a bit of cleansing. So if the things is, if we are not cleansed enough, that's when other things will slow down. Your liver would have to overwork to clean your blood. So when it's overworked, that's when you need to pump a little bit more, and therefore your blood pressure goes up. When your blood pressure goes up, and then everything else fails. So it's a whole cycle. It all starts with whatever we eat. Actually, that's why people just buta. You see, people go out and buta. Hey, one in every two Malaysian will kena this. I said, don't use the statistics. You need to know the science behind it before you talk lah. Later, people like each time see this fella, they come and tell me, wow, you sure kena one. You how many years old? 40 years old, right? Wow, another 10 years now. Better buy insurance. Like, wow, that's not the way, man. It's like, those days before I start this one, serious. I hated insurance agent. Right? So if I never knew this, right, I see you, I don't want to Tarik with you anymore. Insurance agent asked me to Tarik. Don't want. Because of that. But when I learned it, actually I like it. I mean, I really love the whole concept. Maybe that's something that I've always been doing. I don't know, as a training guy, as a trainer, as a speaker, it's always about helping people manage your life better. So it's like there's also, I mean, insurance should be seen as a tool that facilitates people's life as opposed to a cost or a burden. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Only this Teh Tarik session cannot eat roti canai. Then I will tell you, hey, unhealthy. But do you know that maybe the next session where we talk a little bit more, how can you eat healthy at a Mamak store?
Oh, this one will be hard.
Why hard?
Because everything in Mama store seems like unhealthy. Sure you order those Maggi goreng, mee goreng,
correct,
nasi lemak, and then Teh Tarik is a must.
Teh si tarik boleh lah.
Can.
Or you go to places where they got susu lembu segar, then tambah gula, then cannot. But then you said don't have the berbuih-buih one. Got lah. Susu lembu segar got buih-buih one. But the thing is what it may not have will be the froth, the creaminess of the thing. But it's okay lah, because it's still natural. Because to me, as long as you take something that is natural, unprocessed, is pretty quite okay. So if you want to eat roti canai, it's fine. To me, my own personal opinion and personal objection would be roti planta.
Yeah, there's a lot of sugar.
Not only the sugar, flour is already sugar. They add sugar, then they put planta. And planta, if you look at it, have you ever noticed? You try to do this experiment. You put the can of planta, right? You put a can of planta. You open it, and you leave it there. You see flies going around, right?
Yeah.
Land on the planta. And then if you look at, if I'm not a chemistry guy, but then if you look at the components of the the components? What's that word? It's a scientific word. It's like the components of the chemistry that it makes up planta. Basically, they are saying that they have, it's just one point beyond before Greece or something like that. But I'm not just saying we call it planta, but of course we have to, if you're on live on Facebook, so we better margarine in general. Okay, so that's what they say there are. Yeah, but those that don't have to be refrigerated, it's a bit like grease, where even flies will not land on it. So it's so before I get sued by that brand. But you know, we all Malaysian, right? It's like instant noodles means Maggi. So
yeah,
I mean, it's the power of branding. So yeah. So well, let's see if our branding will work. And maybe every Saturday we'll just have a santai session and chit chat.
Yeah.
And good time to catch up also lah. It's like we can talk about your work, and then this week I talk a lot about me, but maybe next week we can share more stories, because a lot of other stories have been lately too many scary stories, which I try not to talk about. Yeah, but maybe because I'm in the industry, so a lot of very negative stuff from the, especially the medical standpoint. Yeah, we will let you go. We'll catch up again. Then okay, so maybe next week same time. If nothing goes wrong, we'll have another session. All right. Okay.
Yeah. All right. See you. Bye.